our weekly live stream here at Mansell Media. Before I forget, I want to invite everybody to Mansell Media Night that's happening this Saturday, 7 o'clock at Airfield here in Clinton. Clinton is home to the only minor league soccer team in the state, Mississippi Bria, and we are a proud sponsor of this group. Their first home game again is tomorrow, Saturday, the 27th. It's at Clinton Airfield, 7 o'clock. If you want a ticket, I'll be there near the front gate to give you one, or just let them know you're there for Mansell Media Night, and they can get you tickets. We would appreciate you showing up, bringing some friends, and coming out to cheer on Mississippi Bria. They're more than just a soccer team. They're also a ministry as well. They work with inner city youth, while players are here from all over the globe to play for this team, and the team itself gets great experience. So today, marketing wise, I had two things I wanted to talk about. The first is the power of your brand and how important it is, and something that reminded me specifically about this. I was in a meeting, a gentleman was presenting, and he owns two distinctly different businesses. And one, they're very everybody wears their name tag. Even the CEO wears his name tag. So he had owned that name tag for that business because that's where he was. But he was wearing a baseball hat to his other business. And he realized that in the presentation, and you could tell that bothered him. Like, he did not want to mix brands. And we spend a lot of time here at Mansell Media. I've taught other classes on it, about the importance of your brand. When you think of brands, you think about Nike, Pepsi, Coke. We say Nike, you say just do it. They have a great, strong brand. It's a worldwide brand. But even smaller companies, their brand is just as important. So, like for Mansell Media, now my brand, is it known worldwide? Absolutely not. But if you are a customer of mine and you see our M, you're going to think Mansell Media, and that's what we want. We put a lot of work into that. It's a social media icon size. When we size it down, just like Facebook has their square F, Mansell Media has their square M. When our customers see it, we want them to think Mansell Media. We do brand it within our community, within our target market, and that's important. We don't want to be changing that up and mixing it up. Same for you. Your business needs to have their logo and their brand and their look and their colors each time they present something. Even if your market is tiny or large, like a Nike, you want to have your brand well represented, so when people talk about you, they think about that brand, that look, that professionalism. The other thing I wanted to talk about today, and if you're taking notes right now, cost of impressions. Everything we do, and I'm sure I've talked about it before, is from a marketing standpoint. If you own a business, if you're a marketing manager, social media manager, we want to create impressions of your name, of your brand, so that you hear our name or see our name so many times. So we're talking restaurants. You want to hear that restaurant's name a lot. So when you get ready to go out to eat, there's a little file folder in your head. It's going to pop open. Our job is to make the file folder with your restaurant's name pop up. We do that through impressions. But what I want to get to before I run out of time is every impression has a cost. Every impression has a cost. It could be as low as $1.25 for 1,000 people to see it, or it could be $10, $20 for one person to see it. Now, that could be a long course on what the cost should be and where it should be and what your target is, but evaluate the different media you have in front of you. If you're doing your own media buys, you've got to know your cost per 1,000 and compare them apples to apples. So if you're looking at buying a commercial on the 10 o'clock news on NBC versus the 10 o'clock news on CBS, and the cost per thousand is $10 on this station, and the cost per thousand is $25 on this station, you know the apples aren't right. Now, you will pay more the more targeting you put on something, or the more specific it is. Your cost per thousand will go up. So if you're just generally buying ads on your local TV stations, on their website, that's very cheap for them, because every single person, every age, every race, every color, everything is seeing that ad. Everybody's seeing it. So the cost is usually pretty cheap. I can buy those for $2 for 1,000. But we just did a very strategic buy where we are specifically targeting a very specific customer on through another media outlet. My cost jumped up to $20 per 1,000, but in that case, it is exactly who I want to reach. With pretty strong certainty, I know that everybody we're reaching is a potential customer, and that's $20 per 1,000. But on the other, we're just kind of casting a huge net and getting our name out there. So that is a crash course in what could be a 3-hour college level class on the cost of impressions and buying media. But it's good stuff for you to think about. And I've gone over on our time today. I try to stick under 5 minutes. We're at 6.5. I appreciate you watching. If you see this before Saturday at 7, please come out and join us at Mansell Media Night at Mississippi